Hi, I'm going to be talking a little bit about our A to Z databases. Now, down below, we have a finding specific resources, BCC resources, which also covers databases, ebooks, as well as streaming videos. And I would ask that you watch that as well. It's not a video, it's actually in book format. Again, you could look at it over and over again if you want. But between this video and that, hopefully you will have a really good sense of how to search our A to Z databases for material. So I'm going to go over to the A to Z database link right now, right off of the library's page. I think we've been here before, but there are 134 databases. You can search each one separately by scrolling down and looking at what they are. Of course, if you put your cursor over the magnifying glass, not the magnifying glass, over the title rather, you will see a a description that will come down. Associate programs, like what that is, what is all Ebsco ebooks. So you can do it that way. You can also search by subject area. Uh, so, for instance, if you're interested in like behavioral sciences, what comes up is Alexander Street, Psychology and Behavioral Science, and Science Direct. Those are three databases that have a good amount of articles in the behavioral sciences, and therefore these would probably be your top picks. So that's another option. Or you can search, if you're not looking at subject specific databases, we have two databases that are really general, but that cover all subjects. And that is usually where people go when they're starting. They either go to Academic Search Complete or they go to Academic OneFile. When I put my cursor over again, the title, it gives me a brief description. Academic Search Complete is an Ebsco database, so it looks just like all of our Ebsco databases in terms of the search template. Academic OneFile looks like all of our Gale databases because it's a Gale database. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one right here, and I'm going to type in here art and the environment. If I can spell it. There we go. Kind of cross-disciplinary, a little science, a little art, fine arts. I wind up with 12,752. That is an awful lot of articles. So in order to narrow this down a bit, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just bring this up to 2014. All right. And that knocks it down to 7,319, but that's still a lot. That's quite a bit. Maybe I'll even move this a little farther ahead. 2018. There we go. Let's see if that knocks it down to four. Okay, so it's only 4,000 articles to weed through. Then I'll ask for academic journals. So that would be more of the scholarly journals. And see what I come up with. So there's a number of articles that show up. Again, I can add another search term in here if I choose to. But let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cursor over the magnifying glass. This is that magnifying glass part. And when I do that, what pops up is an abstract. So this is a summary of the article. And this talks about, looks like some sort of an art show at a 21st United Nations Climate Summit. So it talks a little bit about it. And if it looks kind of interesting, like something I might want to look at, I might want to click the title. And once I do that, should the article be available as an HTML, it would be underneath. Now, I don't see it under here, so I look over to the left, and there it is as a PDF. Those are different formats that your article can be printed in or read in. In this case, what shows up on this HTML page is that abstract, the summary, as well as some subject terms. Like I could go ahead and click on any one of these. Ecological art must be another term for environmental art or art in the environment. So if I click that, I would find articles where that is the main subject matter. So that's another way to search. A few other things on this page that are really useful is you can print it, you can email it to yourself, you can cite it. And I know citations are important to you people. So this is where those citations live. And if it's MLA that I'm interested in, I would highlight this. And then I could go ahead and copy, and then I could paste it into my bibliography. There's also APAs in here too somewhere, along with a whole batch of formats I have never even heard of, but here's APAs. If I click the PDF, I will be brought to that particular format of the article, which will load as, there it is. Most articles are usually, if they're scholarly, they're organized in such a way that even though this is apparently it's talking about an art exhibit, there's the abstract, the summary, and then there's the introduction, and is they're studying the methodology they're using. The scholarly journals will explain to a fairly well how they arrived at their conclusions. They may include control variables. I mean, this is about art, but they're talking about all sorts of things here. They probably have all sorts of statistics. And then at the end, there's results. And then a conclusion, because they are trying to prove something. This article could have taken 2 or 3 years from the time they did the initial research to the time it was published. So again, there's that length of time. If you are going to print a PDF, you want to do it on the PDF form here. There's the print. This is right here is the download. That's probably best. You can current view, copy, or open in a new window. You could do that too. So again, that's searching one database. So one down, and let's try another one here. Academic One file is the Gale database. And I'm going to try the same search. I'm not sure what it's going to bring up. But if I type in here, art and the environment, I may or may not get something, but let's see. Okay, yes, I did. I actually have gotten stuff. Okay, so I can go ahead. I have over, geez, I have 150,000 articles. That's an awful lot. So if I want to, let's say, search within and find a particular term or phrase, I can do that. Say if I type in there sculpture, so I only want articles that mention sculpture. It knocked it down to 3,838, which is considerably fewer. I could also change the dates if I want. So this for, I guess, today, and apply, and let's see what happens. All right, it knocked it down by half, so that gave me fewer. So again, I'm sort of bringing it down. And I'm going to pick the first thing here, just off the top. So in this case, in the case of Gale, I see my article, and I can cite it. There's the citation right there, and I could select if I want MLA, APA. I can also download it, I could print it, and I could get a link. Again, that's a permalink, just like we have in Ebsco. So I'm going to quickly go back to the A to Z list. Here I am back at the A to Z list. And I'm going to just talk a little bit briefly about films on demand. So in addition to articles, we also have videos, which you can search on Films on Demand. The neat thing about our Films on Demand videos, and you could search a title or you can click one that's already here. Let's see, I'm just going to click just to show you what we have on them. This is Greta, and if you notice on the right hand side you will see the transcript. So if you are quoting something from the video, what's really cool is that you can go ahead and you could copy a section here. And if I copy that, and then I open up a Word document, I could paste it in there, and I could add that. I can go ahead and paste part of that, and then I can go back to the video and I can grab my citation here so that I have it. So here's the citation, Control C, copy it. So that way I have, both the quote, which I apparently took quite a lot out, but I can also include that. So at least I know that, this is from, this is, I could either put it in my bibliography or just even in my notes so I know where I got it from. I don't know how often people will copy things and they'll forget where they got it. That's definitely something you want to do while you're writing your paper, is include where you've gotten your material from, because otherwise it's like archaeology, going backwards trying to figure out where you got material. So I'm going to go over to LexisNexis Uni, and I'm going to type in here community college and liberal arts. See what we come up with. Right, over 10,000, which is a lot. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to try to narrow this. So let me go over to timeline first again. I'm going to bring it up as far as I can, and you can see it down below where it that top where it says January 1st, 2020. So that is going to be my beginning date. And that will cut it down to 1,711. That's much better. And then from there, I'm going to pick location by publication. So, where do I want articles from? Now, I could choose international, but I'm going to, because I'm talking about community colleges, I'm going to click Massachusetts. So this might be that they're published in Massachusetts, or they might be about Massachusetts. And I see one from, is that North Shore Community College? And it's published in the Salem News, Beverly, Massachusetts. So this came from 2020, Music and Politics at NSCC. So, that is an article about community college and liberal arts. Now, if I wanted to expand that, I could clear it. And, maybe I want to expand it to New York in that case. Maybe just one article is not enough. So let's see if somebody else has more. And, of course, it went back to 1975. So let's just kind of bring that forward. Okay, I've got it to 2018. It's still not. Still at least somewhat recent. And let's take a look at, let's try Connecticut. Why not? Oh, no, Connecticut has even fewer. So let's try New York has 89. So we'll click New York, our neighbor next door. And, looking through here, again, I see community colleges mentioned. I see 2021, and colleges are going back to school. So I could preview the article if I want. Don't scrap the liberal arts majors. So this will preview the article for me. And if it looks, interesting, then I might want to go to it. This one happens to be from the New York Times. So I could preview and then I can get into the article if I choose to. So again, this is, the Lexis Uni, and Lexis, it used to be the old LexisNexis database, and you will find that right here, LexisNexis Uni, under the A to Z.